Show, and I've got pitcher Taylor Rogers with me. And Taylor, first of all, welcome to the Red Wings radio show. And tell me, hey, how are you feeling so far with your season here?
Feeling good. Thanks for having me, by the way. Been a great season so far. It's flying by. They say time flies when you're having fun. So it's been great so far, and hopefully we finish up pretty well.
Hey, it's pretty interesting. When I tell people this story, they all kind of look at me, and then they go check your name out on Baseball Almanac or something. But here you are, drafted by the Minnesota Twins, playing in the Twins organization, and you have a twin. So you have a twin brother who is with the Giants organization. How the heck did both you guys end up playing baseball together and both being drafted by major league teams?
Boy, I don't know. It's something we never really thought about would ever happen. And when you start getting older in high school, you try and go play college, and we both ended up doing that. But we never thought it would come to this. And we're both very fortunate. We're both each other's biggest fans, and it's really cool. I got a throwing partner, a lifting partner in the off season, and it's just the best situation ever.
So you obviously, you're Taylor Rogers, and then you have your brother Tyler Rogers. Obviously, Mom and Dad had a little bit of joke going there. So on draft day, what happened? I hear there's a funny story as to when the Giants called your home.
Yeah, well, so I was drafted in 2012, and my brother was 2013. And what had happened was, when you're going through the process pre-draft, you fill out some questionnaires so the teams have your information and phone numbers and stuff. And the Giants had mine and his. And so what had happened was I was down in Fort Myers playing for the Miracle, and out in the stands charting one day, and I knew it was coming, and phone starts buzzing, all day long. And I felt weird about answering it just because, I got a job to do out there, but I knew what was going on, and I answer, and they say, "Hey, Tyler, blah, 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 from the San Francisco Giants. I just want to tell you we got you." And I said, "Well, appreciate that, but you got the wrong guy." And he apologized and knew right away. He said he got his stuff mixed up. And I said, if it's any consolation, nice job drafting him. So.
That's a great story. So did you guys ever play any tricks as kids being twins where, when you hit pitch counts or innings, maybe you switched uniforms?
Yeah, well, there was not a whole lot of confusion since we're left and right-handed, but some of those tournaments, there's like an innings cap or a pitcher's cap or whatever. Well, I had hit mine, and then they brought my brother in afterwards, and there was a little bit of confusion with that just because they thought we were skipping innings or something. But we never really played too many tricks on people. It was pretty obvious from the get-go when you're left-handed and right-handed.
Sure. Yeah. So what did your family think? I mean, when you got drafted and then your brother gets drafted, and here you are, you got, one son with the Twins organization, another one with the Giants organization. I mean, first of all, just, your parents got to be thrilled that they got two guys in major league organizations.
I'm sure they love it. And, obviously I think it's the coolest thing ever. My dad goes to the golf course. He's wearing a bright orange Giants shirt, and he's got a red Twins hat. Like, he looks terrible, but he absolutely loves it. And my mom's the same way. She's got a big Twin sticker on one side of the car, a big Giant sticker on the other one, so they love it.
Well, it's funny because your mom follows the radio show, and whenever we tweet anything about you, she's always retweeting and favoring, so we definitely appreciate that. When you look at things, obviously aside from being left-handed and right-handed, what about differences as far as being pitchers? I mean, is there something that makes you very different from your brother, or your brother very different from you, aside from just the left-handed, right-handed?
Well, I guess the most obvious one would be he's a submariner, and I throw over the top, and he's a reliever. I'm a starter, and when you get to know us, you can tell that he's more of a bullpen guy, and I'm more of a starter. He's really laid back, really happy-go-lucky type of guy, and that works for him in the bullpen. That's his thing. His personality fits him perfectly, and I think it's the same with me. We talk pitching all the time, over the off season, and do those late night pitching talks where the game seems so simple at that point. But it's cool. He's got a different style, throwing submarine. We talk how simple he should make his craft, and he does the same back to me.
And have you guys ever had the opportunity, whether it be in the minor leagues or whether it be, even way back in school ball or Little League or Babe Ruth, whatever, did you guys ever compete against each other? Have you ever had to pitch against him?
No, never pitched against him, but the coolest moment in my life so far was him playing in the Fall League with me. And that was great. And he had changed throwing underneath in college. So I had never got to see him throw live underneath, and he came in one day against our team. So I came sprinting down from the bullpen to come watch him throw, and that was really cool for me to watch that and, see how far he's come with doing that.
I have to imagine, and I'm going to ask the question because you got to ask it. Have you ever thought that someday there's Taylor Rogers pitching in a Minnesota Twins uniform, and there's Tyler Rogers pitching in a San Francisco Giants uniform? And I'm not talking exhibition. I'm talking major leagues, interleague play. Have you ever thought about it and what it might be like?
Boy, I think about it all the time, and I think it's one of those things where, you get excited about it, thinking of it, and I think if it would actually ever happen, it would be something you wouldn't be able to explain. The other thing I think about, too, is maybe the Twins on the Twins. That would be very ironic, But, you never know what can happen in the future. We'll just both, keep working hard at what we're doing now, and, maybe we'll run into something pretty cool.
Now, if that ever happened, where it was you in a Twins uniform or your brother in a Giants uniform during a game, you think your dad would wear the orange and then the Twins hat?
Absolutely. He would probably go with shorts and everything. Who knows what he would do, but... boy, I think that'd be cool to get one of those half jerseys,
Absolutely.
I'm sure there'd be a lot of that stuff going on.
So you said that you guys you have an automatic training partner. What do you guys do in the off season to keep training? And is there a lot of difference in what the Twins want you doing and what the Giants want him doing?
Yeah. So we get packet every off season, and so does he. And we kind of just combine them too. The two of them, we look over and see what kind of lifts we like and which ones we don't really like so much, and just kind of make a program for that day. And, we all start throwing on the same day. So our birthday is December 17th, so that's our first day of throwing. We make that a birthday present to each other. So that's kind of our thing, and a nice day to start throwing.
Very good. Now, do you guys talk a lot? You said you do talk. Mm-hmm. Do you talk a lot? And is your brother somebody who, you go out and have a start, and maybe it's not what you would hope for, or he has a relief appearance, and maybe it's not what he had hoped for? Mm-hmm. Do you guys talk after games or a couple times a week? How does that work?
Yeah, well, it's kind of weird. You have a best friend growing up that you talk and see every day, and then now we're at this point where I'm on Eastern time and he's in California, so it's getting hard. Like, once I get to the field is right when he's waking up. And, like, last night, his girlfriend's the one that tells me when he comes in to pitch. Last night I woke up to a text. It's 1:45. He's going in the game. I'm like, whoa, I can't really watch that right now. So it's been tough with the time change, but we do get to talk, and we'll go over each other's outing. I try to watch his, and he always watches mine. But, a little constructive criticism. Most of the time I disagree with what he says, and, vice versa. But it's pretty cool. There's some happy things. I was really happy to call him when I made the All-Star team because, that's not something I talk about with a lot of people. Sure. I don't want to brag about myself, but he's that guy I can call and brag to.
Right.
Because he loves it, and it's just somebody to tell,
So where is the off-season home? Where do you guys train?
Denver. It's a place called Bardo's, and Doug Bernier was there this off-season as well, and we're starting to get a couple players in there, but really nice place. It's indoors. They got a big indoor infield, so that way the snow doesn't stop us, and really works out.
So with having a twin and certainly being both of you guys with major league organizations, do mom and dad get to come and see you guys play at all? Do they get to split some time?
Yeah, they've come. It's tough because they have to make two trips, not just one. So they got to split it up a little bit, and we both understand that. So, those trips aren't really cheap.
Sure.
And some of these places are hard to get to and all that. So we understand it, and they've done a great job, putting road trips together, all that type of stuff. So.
Well, I would also say they've probably done a pretty good job of raising two good guys and two future major leaguers. So we appreciate it. Taylor Rogers with us on the Rochester Red Wings radio show. We appreciate your time. And when we come back, Josh Wetzel will be with us and the Red Wings Insider Report.